Hey guys, I'm back with another video. I haven't uploaded anything in a really long time now. I was busy being a depressed piece of shit. No, just kidding. Halfway kidding. I have a job and usually when I get home I try to be really productive, but then I do nothing instead because I'm so exhausted of doing anything. Yeah, I think that's what they call depression, but yeah, anyway, I decided to draw a fan art of Melanie Martinez song Orange Juice. I actually like all of the songs on the new album. I stan Melanie so hardcore. It's not very healthy, but yeah, the song just stuck in my head the last days, and I also like the message of it. I like in general that Melanie is one of the very few pop singers who dare to talk about heavier issues in their songs instead of just making pop songs about love and sex and fun and partying like most pop singers. I'm actually also not really a person who listens to a lot of pop music, but Melanie has very amazing lyrics and she's just so fucking awesome. But instead of just fangirling her the whole video, I rather like to explain something that you might find more interesting, and that is that I stopped using Paint Tool SAI. It had a new update, and yeah, I didn't like the update that much. And also I wanted to do animations, and yeah, I figured out that Krita is very recommended program for beginners in the animation kind of thingy. And yeah, this is kind of the first artwork I ever did in Krita. What I can say is very different from Paint Tool SAI is that I didn't find one single preset brush or any way or option to do like a brush tool that would smudge the underlying color and the color you're using into each other, which is one of the major things that I always use in Paint Tool SAI. Yeah, I kinda missed it here, but maybe there is an option to do that in Krita and I didn't figure it out. But yeah, it worked anyway somehow. Another thing that is really useful is that Krita is much like Photoshop, and that means that it's also very easy in Krita to change the line work color. At first I was kind of struggling and didn't really figure out how to do it, but then I realized that it is really easy. You just have to click the little A symbol next to your layer, and then when you go over the layer with a color, only the pixels that are opaque will be colored in. If you try it out, you will definitely see what I mean. So yeah. So at the end I didn't even have to select any part to do it. But yeah, we are getting there. Right now I am really just applying some color to her hair and some depth and light, and I kinda like how it turned out. I also really like that she has black and orange hair in the video, or as to rather say the movie of K-12. The movie was available on YouTube for a week or so, and of course I immediately watched it. And I think it's really amazing that she made an entire movie for this record, and that it tells a whole story just like her first album, but this time it even feels more connected, and I I like every single song on the album. I started out not really liking High School Sweethearts because, like I said, I'm actually not very much of a pop music fan usually, and this is a very poppy like love song, and yeah, since I'm actually more of a metal kind of person, it was kind of hard for me to like the song, but actually after a few times of listening to it, I also really love this song. And so there is no song left on the album that I don't like. Maybe Reese's, that's also very soft, very poppy like song, but the lyrics of it are also really, really great. They're not that deep as Orange Juice, which is about bulimia, or Strawberry Shortcake. I think I don't want to go into that. Maybe I do another fanart to the other songs like Strawberry Shortcake, and then I talk about that in that video, because I don't want to talk too much off topic in this video, because this one is about Orange Juice. And yeah, I'm really glad that there is a pop singer who speaks about bulimia in one of their songs, because it is a major problem that a lot of young girls and also sometimes boys have to deal with. And yeah, I just think that it's always great when someone has the guts to speak out about things that nobody wants to talk about. By the way, you probably already recognized that I gave her a different outfit in the drawing than she has in the video, but then I watched the video again, the video clip that is cut out from the movie. It is on YouTube. And yeah, I remembered that she has this kind of, how you call it, like petticoat, and I thought that this is so cool idea that I included it anyway. I wish I had made a bigger file. This is a very small file that I've been drawing on. If you zoom in, it immediately becomes very pixely, and I don't like that as much, but I was already halfway in when I recognized, and I didn't want to start over, so yeah. Oh my god. Literally every time I try to record for a video, someone writes me on WhatsApp, and usually I'm always on WhatsApp web while I'm recording. Yeah, it's not my friend's fault. I'm just an idiot. I should turn that off next time. So yeah, her hair is also a bit different than it is in the video. She actually doesn't have the space buns, but I thought that that was pretty cute. And yeah, also in my art style, she doesn't look cute and not really like Melanie at all. The only thing that makes recognizable as her is the split hairstyle, basically. But yeah, I'm actually really glad that I have an art style that's kind of recognizable. Finally. It took pretty long, and I'm really happy with my art style right now. I love the direction that went in. I think also that it is pretty unique. So, and yeah, this also gave me the opportunity to play around with a lot of options that Krita has, that Paint Tool side definitely doesn't have. So this is definitely a good thing. So yeah, I tried to create a background with the colors that kind of imitate the background that we see in the video section for the song. So teal, dark teals, like in the kind of grass field that it is playing in, and yeah, and like this gray foggy sky in the background. That is basically the background that we see, the environment that we see in the video. But I tried to include not too much green, because it really clutched with the orange of her hair. Orange and dark green just doesn't really look nice in my book together, so I made it more blue than green in the end. And yeah, then I had this idea of making the animation basically just consisting of like this orange pieces falling down. But I think that the recording stopped about here. But I'm going to show you the finished animation, but don't expect something too amazing, because it is my first attempt to do an animation, like stupid shit that I did in Windows Movie Maker when I was 13 years old definitely doesn't count, so this is my first try to animate. Actually my second try, because the first was some silly ghost thingy that I have up on my Instagram. But yeah, this is one of my first tries, and I just tried to not go too overboard with it, because I first wanted to get used to all the options and how actually the program even works. So yeah, this was really much a practice.
You turn oranges to orange juice, into there and spit it out of you. Your body is perfectly perfect. Everyone's what the other one's working. No